I know, I know, I know how it looks. So, what's going on? This is your boy Scotty by Nation TV. We have given you the real tea, and we have YB Speaks. Carl will be here in just a second. He is running late. He told us to get it started without him. So, he'll be here in just a minute. However, Jamar cannot be here tonight because he had other things going on tonight. Tremel as well. And Jeremy is sick. So we're gonna do this. It's gonna be me, T, YB, and Carl tonight, and we're gonna give you guys the show tonight. We're gonna keep this thing moving. And let me just say this before we even get started. Now, the last time we had the chasing panel, okay, y'all want to have so much to say about me not being here the last time we was here. But why is it that everybody else can miss a day, but I can't?
Because this your shit.
No, baby, no. Y'all,
That's
everybody else can be off. Everybody else cannot show up. But when I don't show up, everybody want to act like it's just wrong for me not to.
No, you're the shepherd, honey. They
Right.
the guideline path.
Right.
I missed two times, and everybody up in arms. When I'm the bitch that's always here. So let's not.
Well, I don't like not seeing all of you. Like every one of y'all add your flair to the panel. So if someone's not there, it kind of
messes it up.
Yeah. So
yeah, Jeremy says that a lot. Jeremy says that it's always the best when it's all six of us because we all bring something different to the show. You know what I mean? So I get what everybody's saying. You know, like it does be kind of weird when everyone's not here. You know what I mean? Because I was just telling Tremel and Jamar earlier today. I was like, you know, it's been a minute since all six of us have been up here at the same time because somebody is missing. Sometime, like I know T had to work late a couple of times. You know, Jamar had to do stuff, and then one day I couldn't be here because I was going to a show. Then the last time they did it, I fell asleep during the episode, and when I woke up, it was time to do the panel. So that's why I wasn't here.
Bro, this is the chasing panel, so I don't think anybody could blame y'all for chasing a life. You know, hello God. Some of these other girls that are actually in the space that we're talking about could actually benefit from chasing a life, and maybe they'd be worthy of being watched. But I digress.
Oh wow. But we're definitely happy to have you here tonight, YB. We are definitely happy to have you here tonight. It's kind of a, you know, with the three of us being up here, it's kind of like a mini Just Us League video.
Okay.
That's what it,
Right.
that's what it's giving.
Child, period. Catch the backdrop. Honey. Hello, God.
Okay.
Okay, talking about Dallas.
All right. I mean, that's how we all got. That's how we. Well, that's how me and T came to know you because of the Chasing Dallas stuff. Because me and T came to know each other because of Basketball Wives. So we was kind of already early on into our relationship when we met y'all. So, but you know, it is what it is. I appreciate it though. You know, can we also say this? Because we wasn't, because the Justice League wasn't like working together over the last maybe 2 years or something like that. People were thinking that we were no longer friends anymore when that group chat still been lit even when we wasn't working.
Still in communication, still talking that shit. And little do a lot of y'all hoes know that be down in our relationship. We be talking about a lot of y'all hoes out here too.
Period. Let them know.
Let's let it know. While y'all over here thinking this and that and the third, honey, trust and believe, honey. We talking about you. So
okay, period. That's it. Okay. So y'all ready to go ahead and get into it?
Ciao.
Okay, so I got my notes. So let me go ahead and get into this thing. I can't wait till Carl get here because I want to know what he got to say. Now, this is basically the aftermath of this whole fight with Donnie getting his ass kicked because he did get his ass beat. Jet Jeff says that he's over Mother and whatever Mother got going on. Tetley arrives and learns that Donnie got beat up, and then Jet Jeff and Tetley argue over loyalty. Who wants to start?
Well, let me just say this.
Okay.
I didn't watch the episode. All right. But I saw YB's review on it. All right. I did see YB's review on it. And according to YB, he said Mother got ate up in the chat. Why is that?
Well, it's obvious, you know, Mother, when she did her live show last week, I only saw a couple of minutes of it. I skimmed through it because some people were saying that she was being served some truth and justice, and she was trying to stand in the paint while not really taking accountability for her sins against humanity, bitch. But you can read the chat, and they were getting her together. And also, until this episode, she's kind of been radio silent. And we all know the real reason. If we're really paying attention to the season, she's creating a lot of divisiveness, throwing rocks, hiding the hand, trying to play that old Trey Howard role. And I'm sorry, there's only one Trey Howard, boo. You know what I mean? And the way she's showing up is very problematic. And I think that's why a lot of people are starting to see the forest through the trees as it relates to Mother. So T, when you say you didn't watch the show, you talking about the after show or the episode?
Last week's episode. I saw this.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't see last week's one.
Okay.
I really her shit. She was louder than those pink church dresses she be wearing, girl. She was out here basically throwing a lot of subliminal prejudices towards Jeff and you know the Latin community child. She was doing a lot, and I think the people were just not here for it, and they had to give it to her in that chat, girl.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. So when it comes down to Jet and Mother, because I think I got words for both of them tonight for different reasons.
True.
Do y'all think that Mother is creating an issue with Jet? Because I'm trying to understand what is his problem with Jet. Now I get that Jet is messy as hell. We know that. He gives a bit of charade. We know that. But what is he actually doing that's pissing Mother off? That's the part I'm trying to figure out, because a lot of people feel like he's looking for a problem with Jet. Do y'all think he's looking for one, or he's rightfully irritated?
I don't see what Jet ever did to him that there should be an issue in the first place.
I believe that in this world, I'm always having conversations about delusions of grandeur. And I truly believe that because Jet Jeff is that top tier girl, like she said, this is her third season. She's always having something going on. Mama's always popping, doing her thing. She may be messy, but you know, it's giving what needs to be given. And I think the girls can't take it. And let's tell the truth. I think there's a lot of underlying racial bias, because everyone keeps talking about how Chasing Dallas looks this season, and it's ridiculous to me. I've seen y'all cover this many times before. There's only 3, Latin, Spanish girls on this platform. So to think that they're dominating is crazy work to me. I think what it is that they're popping their shit the most.
That's what it is.
And it's showing up that they're the forefront of this season. And a lot of the girls that look like us aren't necessarily here for it. But let's just tell the truth. The evidence will show throughout this season. A lot of y'all girls have not been putting anything to the forefront that's worthy to be considered a top tier girl. So what's the next best thing? I'm going to go after that girl. If I go after that girl, whether I'm right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm going to remain inside of the conversation no matter how bad it looks. Because just like a lot of, ooh, girl, I was just about to go there, but I'm going to leave her out of this because I'm not here for that. But there's other girls out here who they don't care publicity, bad or good, is still publicity. But my thing is, if you're not going to publicize your chase, what's it all for at the end of the day? You're just publicizing the fact that, girl, we can read the room when it comes to you and your foolishness.
No, I agree. I think, like you just said, we have constantly, even up here and on other platforms, has been the topic of discussion has been it's giving, chasing this, chasing that. It's too many Latin people taking over. When it's really, like you said, there's only 3 of them on the show. But when you think about it, Jet is showing the most, Rio is showing the most, Zesty is showing the most. Now we're seeing Chloe come up a little bit. Now we're seeing Chloe come up, and we're seeing Mother come up. We don't see a lot of Glenn. This is the most we've seen of him probably at the end of this episode. We don't know why Lamont is even here.
All right.
Sorry to cut you off, but let's tell a very real truth. If no one can ever pinpoint, because I'm sure the question has been asked on whether the platform she's been on, I may not be aware if there was an answer ever given. But when you can never find an origin to a problem, that usually means the one that's the most pressed created it in their delusional head. Because I don't see where, no one's explaining where everything just went to hell with Mother and Jet's relationship.
Because I don't get it either. And then it's like, because to me, like I just said, it seems like there's a lot of focus on Jet, Zesty, and Rio, but that's because they're bringing the most. And then you got Mother and Chloe right behind them. Lamont just here to be cute. He don't ever really say nothing in no scene. I don't know why Glenn is here, and I don't have no problem with Glenn. Like I said, this episode is probably the most I've heard him speak this whole season. Rachel is cute, but why is she here? Let me see who else is on this show. I be barely remember. Jayla, like Jayla's personality, but again, why are you here?
Exactly.
Even like, I'm just being honest. Is there
if people keep trying to get on Chloe's fashions, y'all need to get on Jayla's fashions, because Mama running around here looking like a wet seal, bitch.
Oh my God.
I ain't gonna lie, she did look like Medea when she was leaving.
Not Medea. Not Medea.
She did look like Medea. Don't say she didn't. I swear she did.
They say pieces made of steel, honey.
No shade, Jayla. I think you're real sweet.
I forgot all about Donnie. Donnie is also at the forefront as well. So it's so, to me, this show is pretty much centered basically around Jet, Rio, Zesty, Donnie, Mother, and then you have Chloe as well. And the rest of them is like,
what have people been willing to show of themselves? Whether it's chasing, whether it's personal, whether it's just a group scene, we have to go to what's adding value. So I don't blame Markel in production for doing what needed to be done, because everyone else seems to be kind of falling flat. We're in episode 7. I mentioned this in the chat earlier. We're in episode 7. We're talking chasing, but we're not seeing chasing. I'm hearing a lot of dreams, and that's great. Dreams, but this is called chasing, girl. This isn't called chasing dreams. It's I need to see what it is that you're talking about, and unfortunately we haven't gotten that with a lot of people, and it's episode 7.
I agree
because it's like, I feel like the only, you know what? I forgot another person. See how many people I be forget? I forgot all about Kelly.
I forgot about her too. Until this episode, this the most I've seen of her too. Really,
I mean, and I like Kelly, but it's like,
what's it giving, girl? Like, when are we gonna see? Because all this episode was really good, in my opinion, when it came to camaraderie and seeing the whole group together multiple times throughout an episode and not really focusing on one singular character. I appreciate that. But at the same time, when we have these moments where the scene seems very long and drawn out, I can only imagine how much was actually cut in the edit process. Where are we, like this scene with I know we're going to get there, like Rachel, Jay, all of them together, blah, 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 blah. Like,
right.
Girl, y'all talking all this big shit, but where is it? Where is the production? Like, where is the proof of concept for the lip gloss? Where, Jayla too, where's this content that you say that you create, girl? Like, where is this stuff? Why weren't we following Glenn to St. Louis or have one of his homeboys be the cameraman, girl, and Nokia bitch and record his ass at this nonprofit event? Like, we're talking about these things, but this is a show, so we're visual people. I want to see what it is that we're talking about.
No, I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree 100%. I really do. I agree. Because, like, this cast is not a bad cast.
No, it's not.
But I think it has the potential to be better if we saw more of everybody else. Because, again, Lamont, baby boy, why are you here?
If you ain't showing no dick, sir, I don't want to see.
So because he is fine. He is. He fine to look at, but with personality.
So maybe when they finish off confessionals, like he can give us shirtless. We need a print. Give us a print. Give us something, girl.
Oh my God, I forgot all about Tetley too. I didn't even name Tetley. See what I'm saying?
I like Tetley.
Don't say her name 3 times, bitch.
No, I like Tetley for the most part. I like Tetley, and I honestly feel like he's also a part of that crew that I mentioned when I say that we see them a lot, because we do see a lot of Tetley as well. And here's another thing too, because I was having this conversation with my friend Nikki and Rakisha earlier today. We were talking about the show and we were saying how everybody keeps on saying that Jet Jeff is not an anchor. That's been the argument for since the show returned, that he's not an anchor. But he's not. Y'all say he's not an anchor, but everything is about him. Everything is about him. The conflict is centered around him. The work scenes is centered around even the people on the show is pretty much centered around him at this point. So it's like, how we're gonna say that he's not the anchor? He's pretty much carrying the show on his back.
Yes, honey. And that back is thinning, girl. She done lost that weight, girl. Can she carry the weight? Hello, God. Mama's looking good. She plumping them lips, honey, losing all that weight, looking good, and she's prancing her way through. And I don't think a lot of the girls can take it. And again, I think it's something as simple and ignorant as racial bias. I'm just keeping it real.
Well, can I also say this? Now, this is a part of the scene. Do y'all think that Jet Jeff has a right to be coming at Tetley about being loyal to him? Because I personally feel like he ain't never been loyal. He ain't never been a sisterhood to Tetley.
Period. And I really wasn't mad at Tetley for speaking up about that, because he was right. Like, when have you ever really had my back like that? And then I get what Jeff is saying, because it's like, we're here, we was here before them, yada, yada, yada. I get all of that. But I do also get Tetley's position too. It's like, I mean, yeah, we there, but we ain't there like that. I get both sides.
Right.
I don't think it'd be different if I only heard this once come out of Jet Jeff's mouth, but it's been a repetitive thing every time we see Tetley and him together. Leave it alone, girl. Like, actions speak louder than words ever will. And I think as we look at the past seasons that you and Tetley have been a part of, including this one, the actions show you that loyalty, girl, y'all got bigger fish to fry.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been that between y'all. Let's just tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
When you were going at it with Sean, that's different. Y'all were homegirls.
Right.
But you're going at it with someone who you never really had that history with at all. So why are you... I think what she's looking for, and I'm not giving her too much grace on this, but I just want to tell the truth. When we don't know imagine the little bit that we've been getting with the hateration towards Jet Jeff. Imagine what was actually going on while filming. Imagine feeling isolated, or like people were trying to isolate you because of who you are and also what you look like and what you possibly represent with the brand, right? So I could see Jet Jeff needing to align himself with loyalty because he feels so casted away based on a lot of foolishness. It'd be different if Jet Jeff actually had character flaws, but not anyone yet has really been able to come forward and say for real, other than Mother and her bias ass, no one's been able to really give any critiques when it comes to Jet Jeff and his ways towards people, his friendships, his connections with other people. So it'd be different if someone said, oh, he's an asshole, he's this, he's that. No one's ever actually said that throughout his time on this platform. So what is it really at the end of the day? And they don't owe each other anything. Girl, keep it moving.
They really don't.
Y'all are doing your own thing in your own right. I think, honestly, even though Jet brings it up, girl, I like some of those energies placed in Ted Lee actually doing something. Other than running behind people's backyards claiming he's doing inspections.
Okay, no shade, because Telly, I ain't even gonna lie. The last episode I saw when you were showing properties or whatever, I was like, girl, bye. I rolled my ass, Telly. I
was over, girl. I was like, girl, that's Texas, girl. They will shoot you. What are you doing? Do you have the right? I don't see paperwork in hand. Like, give us that process. Do something. We did a photo shoot with no product.
Right.
Girl, and now we're questioning your species because of that clip that we saw where it looks as if you're a skinwalker.
Oh, Lord. I hollered when I saw that.
So that's the highlight of your existence on this season, is the question, is there life on other planets, girl? Like, period.
You know, I'm gonna say this. I think that Jeff is trying to push this. I mean, Jet is trying to push this whole loyalty thing with Telly because him and Telly been on the show the longest at this point, and he feels like that's the person that needs to be. They need to be loyal to one another. But Jet has shown you don't really fuck with Telly like that. You don't like Telly like that. And when you was around there with Sean, y'all was over there dragging the hell out of Telly. So why does he need to show you any loyalty for anything? What Telly needs to show loyalty to is himself, and I like Telly. But that hair and the look.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Girl, talk about Stranger Things, bitch.
You ever get on my nerves there, but I love you some Telly now. I do.
And I don't think it's one-sided. You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't. I don't think it's one-sided. I don't necessarily think Ted Lee all the way cares for Jet either. That's why he don't mind being like, girl, I ain't gotta have your back like that.
Yeah,
in reality, though, a lot of people be trying to force relationships when naturally some people just aren't gonna fit or mix. When you look at both of them and their personalities, could you ever say to yourself that you'll see them hanging out at the bar together?
Not really.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's okay if your interests don't align. It's only a real problem because Jeff keeps bringing it up, knowing that all of us with eyes, ears, and a spirit and soul of discernment can tell that y'all don't mesh. Y'all ain't having conversations on the phone. Y'all probably only communicate with each other via Instagram DMs. Girl, let's just tell the truth.
Exactly. So, but I agree with the whole don't force anything where it doesn't fit, because I'm the type of person who really don't like to force nothing either. Yeah. Because I'm like, if I know I ain't rocking with you like that, and I know I ain't fuck with you like that, then it's really because I can't pretend to fuck with you. I can't pretend to like you. I can't pretend to want to be in your presence, because I don't even have to open up my mouth to say it. My face gonna tell you every single time that I don't want to be around your ass.
Even when that hoe got shades on, you can still tell she don't fuck with you. Be clear. We've seen it in interviews.
Once 30 comes around and the years start going by after 30, girl, the less you give a damn, the less you got to keep it real, because you realize that life is too short to be sitting around faking it till you make it with a bitch you don't like. Period.
And that's just the way that's really the way that I see things, to be quite honest, because at the end of the day, people be trying to make it seem like I'm just being mean when I say stuff like I be telling people all the time, if I don't rock with a person, don't have me around them. If I don't rock with a person, respect the fact that I don't want to be near them. If I just if I have a choice on whether or not I have to be around them or not, I'm gonna always choose to not be around them because I'm protecting my peace at the end of the day.
I'm one of those people that if you invite me somewhere, I'll be like, who all gonna be there?
Yeah, okay.
Who all there? I need names, and if I don't know the name, I need you to get a picture of that bitch or send me their Instagram.
Who there? Who's there? That's going to determine whether I show up or not. If I do show up, I'm going to show up early. And then if I think they're on their way, I'm leaving.
Mm-hmm. And don't ambush me either.
Please.
Then I'm going to show the fuck out.
And I think, again, as adults, we have to realize it's okay. It's okay. Not everybody is meant to be. It's fine. Mm-hmm. It's those girls who be pressing it too much to be like, girl, like, why do you... Now I'm questioning your motives and intentions because why are you so pressed on being in my circle?
Exactly.
That was one of my issues with Donnie when he was revealing in that, Mob Wives scene with him and Jeff and that they were talking that mess. And I was like, girl, like, you see how people can think that you're crazy and kind of, single white female vibes, girl, because of what you're claiming your intention is here. But I digress, girl.
And I know, and I don't want to harp on this, but I also want to add too. Don't you hate it when you don't fuck with a person and then somebody come to you and be like, maybe y'all should work it out. Maybe y'all should talk about it. If I say I don't want to talk to them, I don't want to talk to them. If I say it ain't no working it out, I mean there's no working it out. Leave me alone. I don't want to rock. I don't rock with them, so I'm not going to work out nothing with them.
If you want to be friends with those people, go ahead. But if anything ever happens to where I have to question that you've been kikiing with a bitch about me, that's going to be a problem.
Right.
The good thing is I think most of us don't hang around cunts like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's my thing though. Don't try to force someone on me because you like them.
Right. And you're entitled to like them. You are. You can like whoever you want. It's just like T likes certain people that I just don't care for at all. And it's okay. I don't really care about none of that. But I know T is not going to discuss me with these people. He's not going to talk about me to these people. He's not going to do none of that. But then some of them people that he likes that I don't like, I'd be like, that's not your friend, bitch. But you can be cool with them if you want to, but that's not your motherfucking friend.
But you know what, real T, though? I could really see T, if a bitch were to say something about you in a negative way, I could see T either whipping ass on that fan girl and girl getting rid of their ass from this existence, honey.
Listen, he just had my back earlier this week when he did his live. He had my back earlier this week. I was like, oh, he really likes me.
Nah, be wary of the cunts who try to come between your connections and friendships, girl. This is that year to pay attention to stuff like that because they will try it.
Oh, they've been trying to come between me and T for the longest time. The same way they've tried to come between Jamar and I. They people don't want to see like real relationships. Like they like the discourse.
You know, I know. I know.
Okay, so the next thing was Mother performing. I was surprised. I thought he did a good job.
Girl, it was serving Lion King realness. Girl, it was deception, disgrace. Like, girl, all we were missing was laughing hyenas, bitch. Mr. Roberta Dutchmaster, where were you at, girl? That was where all that laughing comes in handy, girl. Girl, I was thinking to myself, like, the reason you're tired, girl, and out of breath is because, first of all, you look like you ain't been to nobody's gym. From what I know, the girls that perform in drag, they go to the gym, they exercise, they focus on their cardio, girl. You was serving Mother. It was serving Mother Gut. It was serving Mother Goose. It was serving Mother Had a Goose, Egg, Hello God. And it was definitely serving the Lion King, girl. Realness. Over it, girl. Deception and disgrace. I do want to apologize because last time I read the friend down about that I had no idea what it was. I had a bunch of people hitting me up telling me that I was wrong. It's a birthmark. I was like, okay, girl, because I thought you was around here serving the community, girl, and they was shooting all up in your eye, honey. Girl, so I don't know. I think she looks too old to be doing that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. And I've never seen a drag performer with a beard before.
I'm not listening. I didn't want to be the one to say that because whenever I say something, the hoes get mad. So I'm glad you said it, so I ain't got to say it. I ain't even gonna lie.
It was serving petting zoo.
I mean, I listen, no shade. I didn't want to say, and I did. Y'all be proud of me. I didn't say not one thing in the chat. I let it be, but I totally agree.
Deception.
It was. I'm sorry. It was throwing me off.
It was giving. You know the costume they use for the every time they do the Wiz for the lion. It was definitely giving the cowardice lion girl from the Wizard of Oz. Like it was not. It was no. And she said she only made enough to get some Jordans. That says all. That says all you need to know right now.
So you don't think that he did good?
Girl, what was it? I felt. Girl, I've seen praise dancers do better. Girl, I've seen teenage praise dancers. Girl, do better. Deception. We bind you, Nancy. Girl, we bind you, girl. Watchtowers of the north, south, east, and west, bitch. We bind you.
Well, I'm gonna say this in regards to the friend with the eye. I think we all said some fucked up shit when we first saw it, because I know I did. Because me and T both said some shit in the chat. Because I said, "Damn, did he at least pinch the bitch?" That's what I said. But then I had to think of, and then when they told us there was a birthmark, I felt horrible after I said that. So
you did.
First time I've ever seen a birthmark in a place like that. I've seen some birthmarks in some strange places, but to be like right there,
right.
And imagine your life having to explain that to people, especially in our community. Girl, you let Trey bust in your eye. You know, like you don't want
to be the first thing.
You got to explain that every time you meet someone, and I just, I feel for the child. I really do. All jokes aside.
I mean, listen, I said something along the lines of what Scotty said, no tea, no shade. But when the people told me about it, I said, "Oh," I rolled over and I went to sleep. Like, I mean, but I don't know. Maybe
Girl, forgive us for thinking you had major pink eye or a major variant of color.
Right.
Please, girl. Like, we didn't know what happened.
Yeah, we didn't know. I said,
you
well,
got to forgive us. We don't know you. And there should have been an explanation on the screen. Like, beware, y'all. This child has a birth defect on his face, so be mindful of your comments. Because I can only imagine how insecure he might be about that.
Yeah, because and just like somebody said, I just know kids were mean to him growing up. I know they was, because kids are fucking cruel as hell. Like they pick you apart as a child. Like
he probably has to defend his parents because people probably think he grew up abused.
Right.
Girl, that's true. Having to tell people my daddy did not hit me, my mama did not, burn me with a skillet. Like that's a lifelong explanation. I do feel bad for that.
But you cute or whatever. You cute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got personality and whatnot. So it's all good, girl. All right, it's all good. It's all love.
What's up with Dallas fashions? Because the girls be wearing them damn city trends, girl. Them damn striped shirts, girl. And they be looking like 45 years old, bitch. Like, girl, y'all girls be in your late 20s and 30s dressing like Mr. Roger. Get it together.
Not Mr. Rogers.
So she could be cute, you know what I'm saying? But I need the girls to dress better. They always wearing them collar shirts, bitch, and it's just not given. If you have a birth defect like that, you need to accentuate the positive.
I get what you're saying. Speaking of, Jed Jeff is the next scene. He getting his lips injected. Yeah, I don't think I could help that.
It gave Housewife. I was here for it.
Not Housewife.
I mean, it did. Like it was giving Beverly Hills. That's what the Beverly Hills girls do. They go out and get lips injections, Botox. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if that's what you want to do to feel good about yourself, and you got the point to do it, can't no bitch talk shit about you.
That is true.
Hey, they ain't going out doing shit like that. So hey, do it. Make you feel good, Jack.
Listen, I'm not really against people doing anything cosmetically. I feel like I can't say nothing. Shit, a bitch got their teeth fixed, teeth done, so I can't say nothing about what nobody doing to change what they got going on. But I don't think I could do that.
I had to light a cigarette for this child. I was with it until he started walking down a very low self-esteem type of road in his conversation about why he's doing this. And I get it. I have recently went through something where I had to ask the doctor too, hey girl, how quick can I get back to the gym? I know what it's like to be overweight. I know what it's like to be in that space of seeing the results of your grind and your hustle in the health and wealth field. But don't be like me and go to the extreme and fail to love yourself enough to know when to say, I'm not cutting these corners anymore. Because my fear is, again, based on some of the things that he said, there's a lot of insecurity, low self-esteem there because of what you used to look like and what the expectation is for you to look like being in the space that you're in. I'm all here for it. Love yourself, boo. But don't be running around here doing little Kim vibes, girl, and you wondering why you look like a microwave dog.
Hey, no, God. Hey, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
What's up, boo?
Not a microwave dog.
Girl, I'm just saying though, left out in this hot ass sun for too long during the summer, girl. Like it's not. I don't want you to go as far. There are other natural alternatives. The girls are willing to do the research to get plumper lips, to do body enhancements. It just may take a little bit longer. But I just fear that once these girls don't go down these cosmetic roads, you start nitpicking at every little thing. And then, girl, you're going to be running around here looking like a bitch dressed in dry ass, wet ass saran wrap, girl.
Lord Jesus.
I just want to know what took Carl so long to get here.
First of all, don't yell at me, bitch.
You call this yelling? I'm talking to you in the very elevated voice.
That is less than joyous, whore.
Your lateness is less than joyous, bitch.
All right.
Yeah, knowing that half the cast ain't here.
Shit to do. So if I'm here now, what's up?
What you had to do?
Don't worry, bitch. Don't worry about what I had. But I will admit, the lip filler thing. I was just looking like I don't see the point of this, but just to piggyback, because I was watching the panel. Y'all had y'all made a lot of good points. Jet is the anchor here. I really feel like that man is the anchor. I don't care nobody say every storyline has been around him, and it's just a lot of unnecessary beef. But Jet has been carrying the show, so if he going to sit around and get his lips pumped, then let's do
it. Well, you know what? Now that we saw his, that beautiful, man, girl, he gets. Forgive me, I know that I talk about the people, but girl, he definitely gives me an Edgar vibe. His boyfriend. So Edgar is probably needed those lips to be able to wrap them around Edgar's, hey.
Right, and Donnie boyfriend looked like Agent 47 to me. Like I don't know why he gave me that bad. I don't know why he gave me Agent 47. I ain't gonna lie. I said, don't get me wrong. He was cute or whatever, but I was like, he gave me secret agent type vibes. Like I don't know why he did, but he did. Girl. Like I was like, Lord have mercy. They got the men's up here.
Not Agent 47, girl.
I was surprised to know that Donnie even had a man.
Me too. And a normal one at that.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn.
Everybody got a man but me.
Right.
Like, what the fuck am I doing wrong?
We need to move. You already moved. Oh, well, that ain't gonna solve it.
No, it's not. So then we get into Donnie. That's funny how we talking about Donnie now. Donnie was on a date with his man Bradley. They was talking about their relationship and Donnie's drama with the boys, and then they discussed Donnie giving out apologies. Go ahead, T.
Where was you at when Donnie got his ass pumped?
I knew it was coming.
All right, I really want to know where you was at, friend, because he got his ass whooped twice. Do you understand? And you on there nice to act. And where was you at on the first episode where he came there with that bullshit? Was you around then? Where was you at, sir? You was on a mission. What was you doing?
I said the same thing. Like he been getting his ass thrown from east to west, and your ass ain't nowhere in sight. Where you been at? His daddy out there fighting for his life. And where you at?
Two things I can appreciate, right? I can appreciate the dad, the boyfriend, the friends and family really controlling themselves emotionally to the point where they did not get involved in anything.
Right.
But as a real one, knowing that I'm human and I'm flawed and I'm talking all this truth and justice.
Come on.
In this balance.
Come on.
But I'm also a very real human being. That couldn't be my man. That couldn't be my son. That couldn't be my best friend. Girl, please.
I'd have cleared that hoe. that daddy got a lot of restraint, bitch, because I would have Rachel and Autumn got their ass whooped. And I ain't gonna hold you. Like, who y'all talking to? That's my child.
Okay.
And why Robert ain't got no peach this season? Her ass been in every season episode 1. Why is she here?
That is true.
She been in every single episode.
There, right?
What's happening here?
Yeah, he's still been around. It's just like he might as well just stay out.
He might as well just get in the credits or something. He need to get a lineup.
Child, and that's one more bitch who ain't doing nothing.
Look. I mean, that may be the reason, but hey.
That's one more, because we got a lot of girls who ain't doing nothing. They doing a lot of this, but they
got a lot of bitches on here that's not doing shit. A lot of them.
Well, since you brought that up, because you wasn't here at the beginning, this is what we were saying. Well, this is what I was saying. Well, we kind of all said this collectively. Mm-hmm. This season has a lot of people on there, and we tend to forget about some of the people that's on the show.
Literally, I said that watching this episode. Like, oh shit, that bitch is on the show. Forgot all about them.
We were saying that the people that we see a lot is Jet, Zesty, Rio, Donnie, Chloe, Mother, and oh shit, I forgot already. And Tedley. Those are the ones that we remember the most. Kelly is cool, but we don't be remembering that she's there.
Kelly don't have nothing memorable to show, so I don't know why she really there for real.
Lamont is there because he cute.
That's it. He ain't did a goddamn thing since he been there.
Jayla is cool, but why?
That was the one I forgot about. When I said, oh, there she go.
Well, I realize why Lamont ain't got nothing to do. He probably thought he'd be cutting some of the girls' hair, but all these bitches wearing units and bald and shit, he ain't got nothing to do. Half the cast is, fishy and wearing wigs and shit and weaves, so he can't cut that. So what is there for him to do other than to post up and look cute now that I think about it?
I mean, he could cut a random client's hair and just have one of them sit there and talk while he cutting hair. I mean, he could do that.
I would rather that than a Netta and Charles commercial. Thank you. This is not called chasing pimples, bitch. Okay? No doubt.
Not chasing pimples, my God.
Chasing acne.
And then there's Glenn, who this episode he said this is the most he said anything was this episode.
I love Glenn. Like, I wasn't sure about Glenn in the beginning, but Glenn has become one of my favorite cast members over time.
And then there's Rachel. Like,
Rachel got on my nerves this episode.
Mine too, no lie.
I love me some Rachel. I don't know, she just a sexy dark bitch. I just love her. But she got on my goddamn nerves because, girl, I know you from New York. I know, but see, this scene that she got, even in the beginning when she was doing all that shit with Donnie, it was just like, girl, you trying to make a moment because maybe you've been gone for 6 months in New York or whatever the case may be. It was unnecessary. It's like, girl, I hate that. That's one thing about reality TV I do not like. When people start doing unnecessary bullshit just to make a scene, it's like, girl, that wasn't even called for. That man just got his ass whooped. Can he spit the blood out of his damn mouth without you getting offended? Now he got to fight lions, tigers, and your ass too? Like, what is going on?
Not lions, tigers, and your ass.
That don't even make sense. And she made this a whole issue in 2 different scenes. Like, it didn't make sense to me.
I agree.
And since you brought that up, that is the next scene that we're getting into. Actually,
okay. I wanted to comment real quick.
Go ahead.
And Nikki, I see you on these text messages. You can shut the hell up, whore.
everyone's always talking about how mean I am towards Donnie and Miss Moon and girl, but I definitely want to give props because that scene with his boyfriend was cute. I think it was needed. I think that's the energy that's going to usher in from what we see in the next episode with him, you know, the apology toward the He's On child and trying to build those bridges of unity that he should have been trying to build in the beginning. So I will give that scene props. Thank y'all for showing that. I do love to see when our, you know, gay brothers and sisters are in love and it seems genuine. And like T pointed out, the boy is very normal. And I loved his reasoning skills when it came to the apology. Like, you can't expect other people, you know, the conversation that he had was very grown and very adult. It shows me that the boyfriend's not an enabler, and probably one of the reasons he did not step in, because he knows Donnie, my man, you know your man, girl. You sticking beside him, he crazy as hell. He probably on the spectrum, girl. So we got to treat her with kitty gloves. I know my man, so I'm not going to jump in. So shout out to that scene. Shout out to Donnie and his man, honey. Agent 47, girl.
Okay, so we get into the scene with Mother, Rachel, Glenn, and Jayla. Now, Rachel still believes that Donnie spit on her intentionally, which I don't think he did. But Mother defended Donnie in this scene. Then Glenn started talking about his business. Rachel started talking about her lip gloss line. Mother was talking about his skirt line. Glenn says that he doesn't think that Donnie intentionally spit on Rachel. I don't think he did either.
He didn't.
And Mother defends Donnie once again and feels that everyone is dragging that issue, which they are.
They are.
And Rachel says she had a crush on Lamont. Who don't? Next. Which I got to say.
Well, I don't.
I was scrolling through my phone because when they sat down and they was yapping away, living on a cloud and a dream, girl, wishing on a star. They don't have no paperwork. They don't have no proof of concept, like I talked about earlier. They don't have nothing tangible to bring to the table, even into starter kit, bitch. Like, at least Zesty has a product, girl. You know, like.
YB, please.
I'm just saying, though, in the moment, I'll probably, very rare, I agree with Mother. Donnie did not mean to spit on their child. It's the heat of the moment. She's already, you know, heated, rabid dog vibes, spitting everywhere, girl. We understand. Y'all should have backed away because we all saw the blood. If we saw it through the screen, I know y'all saw it in real time. She was gushing. She was leaking like a fountain, girl.
Absolutely.
So stay the fuck away. So honestly, this whole conversation, it was cute, but I'd actually like to see a lot of the thoughts and the speaking put into actual actions. Give me some verbs, girl. Give me some people, places, and things, and not just conversation. Glenn, cute, whatever, girl. I would have loved to see that. We saw seasons ago, Carrie D was able to bring a camera with him to Atlanta to perform, child. So you could have said that. Let's see what y'all are talking about. I don't want to have to envision your chase. I should be able to see it on the screen. And Rachel, you again, I'll add to that. You just want a moment, girl. It's giving very much like, all right, I'm back. Pick me, pick me, pick me. And it's not landing for me. Give me.
No, go ahead.
When it comes off fake and forced, like Carl pointed out earlier, I don't even want to be a part of it because it's giving Chihuahua. You know, Chihuahuas bark for no reason, girl. The wind could blow. Chihuahua. You know, like, what happened, girl?
That's Rachel.
Because she doing too much about this.
Way too much.
She doing way too much because the boy just got hit in his mouth several damn times. He got blood gushing out his mouth. He gonna spit the shit out like anybody would. It's not on purpose, Rachel, and you know it's not. I feel like you
can't fight for his life. What the fuck you want him to do?
And if we go back to that scene, you'll notice everyone is corralling them.
Right.
In that moment, whether we agree or disagree with Rio and what that was, or whether Donnie deserved it or not, if you're in that moment and bitches are surrounding you, girl, you finna lose your shit too a little bit. Like, back up.
Absolutely. I agree.
I agree with that.
Because now I think y'all trying to get one too. And now, girl, I got my daddy and my mama, but that might not be enough because these punks come ready, girl. We already know.
No, I agree. I agree. And like I said before, like I keep saying, Donnie is not an innocent party in the least bit because he has been starring shit since he got here. But at the same point in time, though, they do be doing a lot because when it comes to him, yeah, he starts shit, but a lot of them be doing it too, and they don't get half of the shit that he gets.
But my thing with Donnie is the fact that Donnie did come here on some bullshit, but at the end of the day, Donnie has really made away from something. He's really rivaling Jeff with the work scenes, the drama scenes. He has been like, he's like a staple. It's giving Nene versus Kenya. It's giving like I'm loving the dynamic between the two. So I'm not even mad at it. Like he did what he had to do, start up some goddamn, artificial beef just to get on the goddamn show, but he doing what he got to do. He got on there and he actually did what he needed to do. A lot of these bitches just on here and they just placeholders. So Donnie doing what he got to do though. I ain't mad at it. He do remind me of Wayne the Pain a little bit, but with a little bit.
Oh, he does give Wayne the Pain.
He does give Wayne the Pain vibes, but
we can understand her though. We don't understand.
Nevertheless, he's honest. He's funny. He has a personality, and we don't see a lot. I'm not no shade. We don't see a lot of personalities on Chasing. We don't.
Well, a lot of these girls are too caught up in their delusion, thinking they're bigger than the program, and they haven't yielded any type of fruit, girl. They haven't yielded no kind of fruit at all, and it's a shame, and it shows. So I'll agree with y'all. I appreciate Donnie for bringing what it needs to bring, but again, it falls short for me because of that scene, the Mob Wives scene. All roads will lead back to that when we talk about intention, character, and just all around likability. You're here because you stated out of your mouth to pretty much be him, to love him, to be his friend, but to also hate on him, and all of the other things that 7 Deep had issues with as well too, that really weren't your beef at all. So again, it makes it hard for me to really want to like him when I know the reason that you're here.
He's a fan, and you can tell most of the issues that he's mad about is things because he's a fan in the comments. He watched the show and took notes and said, okay, I'm gonna come in there. And we've seen that before. Rico Cassadine and Nick on Atlanta. We've seen this before. So we got a lot of fans that be in the comments and then they get on the show and they do fan type bullshit. So that's what happens. It happens a lot. Y'all just get used to it. So, I mean, it happens.
Ooh, child. The next thing is Zesty and Rio. They meet up for drinks and then they plan on collaborating with one another. And Rio starts talking about his business background. Now, here's the thing. I saw Mother in the comments saying not this color purple story. And I felt like, look now, why y'all do this? Like when you're on the show like this, you're supposed to open up about your past. You're supposed to talk about where you came from. That brings more character to
character building.
Yeah. Like I don't know why. Like I hate it when because we watch these shows for the drama, to laugh, for the entertainment, but there's also have to be a bit of a balance when it comes down to it. We need to know why you are who you are.
Absolutely.
Like I need to know what your struggle was before you came to be who you are today. And I appreciate all moments of reality TV. I appreciate the mess. I appreciate some of the physical altercations because I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I don't like to see it. I don't want to be fighting, but I want to see other people fight. However, I appreciate those, but I also appreciate the things that build your character as well. So, and Rio does seem to be all about his business. I mean,
I agree.
I agree with that.
That's why a lot of the girls be mad. He did what I feel like we should have seen from Chef Messi from last season. But again, another moment in time where we could take notes from Pablo from Orlando. Let me see you make the food too, though.
Hello.
I want to see you prepare this food because any bitch can throw some chicken wings in the oven, girl, and do all the other things. But it looked cute. I did like it. I like that we're getting to see these girls' businesses. Zesty talks business. And I'm sorry if I'm going to throw the shade at the other girls. I got to throw the shade at her too. I need to see you in process. We can talk about how, I don't know how successful your business is. I don't know about your business. I'm hearing about your business.
Right.
We're here.
Didn't he work at a department store?
No, he's an insurance agent. Which one?
Please.
No, he's an insurance agent. They say he owns some trucks, CDL trucks or whatever, child.
All that we have not seen that we like 5-6 episodes in. We ain't seen.
And I'm sorry, like we haven't seen anything.
She said department store.
I don't know why I feel like I seen them in the scene with him and Jet at a department store, and it looked like he worked there. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. He looked like he worked there, and Jet just pulled up on him to do that scene to make it look like they were just beating up. But he really looked like he just worked there. That's why I asked. No shade. That's what I thought. Because they're right. We haven't seen no business.
Girl, we find out half the time most of these girls work at the mall.
Oh, as you see, that's what I thought. So,
you know, I mean, sometimes they don't like to tell the truth because they think the girls are going to shade them. Like, girl, you hustling, you got to do what you got. You got to fund the dream somehow, right?
Hey, this is why I be talking about people who like to come down on folks with 9 to 5, because y'all know I be at mine at 5 in the morning till 1 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay,
I be at mine too.
So
40 hours a week.
In order for me to keep the YouTube going, I got to have a job.
Listen, let me tell you.
I mean, the money from our shit is good from our talents, but goddamn, it don't maintain the lifestyle just yet.
Yes, it's not where I want it to be. It's enough to keep me comfortable. It's enough to keep me comfortable. It's enough for me to do whatever I want to do, but it's not where I want it to be. Like, you know, I'm not really worried about no money, but at the same time, I would prefer it to be more than what.
Say that, Scotty, with your little yarn.
The day you can wake up and say you can go anywhere you want to go without worrying about calling out of work or not, child. The day you can, you know, they say poverty really is this. If you don't have a year's worth of salary saved up in the bank, you're considered poor.
I'm poor.
So when the girls keep talking about, oh, yo, 9 to 5, that's 99.9% of the goddamn world.
I am poor.
Sorry, y'all.
I ain't got it.
So they be trying to crack jokes and do something. I guarantee you, a lot of the girls you come across do not have a year's worth of salary saved in the bank. So save those Sunday brunches, girl, that you think you're fancy on. Save you know, you driving the GL, whatever the hell, child, but getting your shell toes on, listening to Glorilla, bitch.
Yeah, I'm driving.
You doing your little thing or whatever, girl. Like, it's fine, but I guarantee you don't have salary saved up in that bank account, girl.
Help me, I'm poor.
You gotta be spent change, sir. A lot of us are one less paycheck away, girl, from being put out on the road. So I don't know why the girls be trying to Jones and trying to crack or whatever.
I don't understand. I see them homeless men on the corner. I be like, bitch, we in the same boat, bitch. We in the same boat.
As I put my window up, because
listen.
And on my way to work, and at that moment is when I stopped complaining about that job. I'm like, thank you, Lord. I appreciate it, because it could be worse.
Okay.
Period.
So the next scene is Chloe talking on the FaceTime with Kelly. It looks like Chloe is making logos and stuff, which her work does kind of look good. Like,
it's cute. I like it.
It shows that she has more to. I think that with this season continuing on, we start to see more of what she has to offer versus what I think she's a slow build.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from her. You know how, like, if you looked at Housewives of Atlanta this season, how Angela Oakley is a slow build personality. Like, at the beginning, you really didn't know what you was gonna get from her, but then now in the middle of the season, she clocked in. That's what I think Chloe is. She's one of those people that's a slow burn type of person.
She's well grounded too, and I think she has a certain depth to her.
Yeah.
So we on.
If done the right way, could really be the tea for the season.
What episode we on?
7.
How many in the season?
I don't know.
Oh.
Girl, the most we've seen, I think, from the girls is like 10 to 13. So there's time. It just depends on how it all comes together.
Yeah.
True enough.
But all they really talked about in this scene was Rio's event that's coming up or whatnot. So,
girl, why am I hearing people call him Uncle Clifford?
Back to nursing.
Hey, Bando.
And
hey, Bando.
They say she's Uncle Clifford and she's running a brothel or something like that, girl.
Who's that? About who? Who's that?
That's what the girls are saying, girl. I got a couple people informed me that, girl, her business is really, and I was like, that's not what I'm seeing on the show. I'm seeing bottle girl service. I'm seeing like providing entertainment for clubs and events, and
it's giving P Valley, honestly. And you ain't heard that from me. And that's what it's giving.
And by the way, speaking of Bando, since he's in here, make sure you guys watch that damn show that he is on. Okay, watch that show.
That show is a key, bitch. I just watched the 3rd episode.
Listen, I'm looking at the show and I feel like I was there because it was just like I was there. Bando was on FaceTime with me the entire time he was at that motherfucking shit. Like I'm just like.
It's a ghetto mess and it's very entertaining.
Very ghetto. Because I'm looking at it like Bando said that. I'm like, I feel like I was there.
Scotty.
Huh?
You were his support?
Well, you can say I was his support. I was his support in that time because Bando was going through a lot of stuff from the corn being thrown across that damn table to everything.
Scotty's always on his my man shit. Shut up.
Mom, but I saw him, honey. I know that's right, honey. Come on, girl. Play some Selena's, honey. I could.
What Mary say? The love and the secretary. But so now we're gonna go ahead and get into the scene that really set this episode off, and that was this damn Valentine's Day scene. Now, Rachel, what did she check Jed about again?
Nothing. Not a damn thing. She been on a hiatus for 2 or 3 months, and she is just on one. And y'all gonna stop using it. I'm from New York as an excuse, bitch. That's not an excuse to just be a bad person.
My thing is this though: where in this season have we seen Jeff and Rachel come together enough to host an event together? That's just
right.
Mm-hmm. I would have maybe him and a Zesty, or maybe him and someone else, but maybe him and fucking Chloe. But him and Rachel, I haven't seen your development and your relationship to get that. So I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna say this because I noticed I don't even think I put this in the notes, but I wasn't here last week, not last week, but the week before last, when they was talking about the whole name thing. If a person says that, if mother says, refer to me as mother, refer to the man as mother. You feel what I'm saying? In my opinion, because why is it? My thing is this: I don't understand why it's such a big deal for them to refer to him as mother, but you calling a grown ass man Zesty, and I'm sure Zesty ain't his motherfucking name. So why is it an issue for y'all to call him mother?
Well, this is my thing, right? And I'm glad you brought this up because you refreshed my memory, because I had a feeling because that was a big conversation. I think that's what started a lot of their arguments.
Because Jet called him Lester.
So my thing is this: the mother thing specifically, and for our community, mother is dawned upon the girls who are considered the supreme of their clan.
Right.
Right. You're revered, honey. Hello, God. You are considered the Princess Diana of your community, your family. I'm sorry, bitch. Calling you mother, I can see why a lot of the girls are apprehensive, but I also understand where you're coming from too. But I think it's just the name mother that people have an issue with. That's why they're not tripping over Zesty or Kelly or anybody else's name for that matter.
And I agree with all that. The only problem that I have with this whole situation is this goes back to the whole everything the trans been fighting for and all this stuff. Like, call people what they want to be called. Like, I don't care if his name was God, bitch. If that's what you want to be called, call him that.
Right.
I am not going to get into a whole argument about somebody about what they want to be called. You could identify as a rabbit. For all that I give a fuck. That's what you want to be called. Bugs Bunny it is. I'm gonna call you whatever the fuck you want to be called. And
it's not gonna argue. It's just like we did
they've been having about what this man want to be called is crazy as hell to me. And this, mind you, it's from the trans women. That's what's getting me.
Right. Because if somebody calls you the name that your mama gave you, then you'll be upset.
What's happening here?
And you'll be calling them transphobic. So show people the same respect that you want to be given. Because again, Jet's name is not fucking Jet. This motherfucking name is Jeffrey. Y'all don't call his ass Jeffrey. Just like Bando said in the chat, his name is Brandon, but don't nobody call him Brandon. Well, I did.
Well, my name is Carl, but I went to Carl. I started off acting, so I went by Carl.
Well, I think it's you call me different for us because I'm
an open book.
I'm not going to say that we're real people, but we're also personalities in social media spaces, musicians, content creators, things of that nature. So it's okay for us to have that kind of, dual sense of self. Mm-hmm. But when we talk about that name specifically, I think really the real issue, if we see why a lot of people have some vitriol calling her mother, it's a social hierarchy issue. When I hear that, I hear you thinking that you've claimed supremacy over me. You are not my mother. The people call Mother Beyonce because she's the queen. Well, in their eyes, she's the Queen Mariah. Queen Honey, okay? Mariah forever, okay? But, it's that thing like, sorry, girl, and you haven't done anything in the social scene, in our group, on this show, to prove that you are the status of mother. But again, I have to digress because I understand that's the name. But was the name chosen because you looked at yourself in Memphis, Tennessee, girl, as mother of your clan there? Now you're somewhere else where you're building a name for yourself. Is mother actually an appropriate name to go by, knowing how a lot of the girls in the community view that social hierarchy stuff? I'm sorry, I get why they're like hesitant and like, I'm not calling you mother. But on the other hand, I do agree with what Carl and what y'all are saying. I do.
Okay, so then it became Jet versus Mother.
Child, you call me mother too. My name was Lester. Bitch, call me mother too, bitch.
I was actually entertained by Jet versus Mother. I was entertained.
I was too. That was classic reality TV to me.
I was entertained.
I was scrolling through my phone for most of it because it just was very reminiscent of that prior scene with all the girls sitting down talking about their hopes and dreams. But I don't know. Mother would have been read by Jeff a long time ago. Like, if I could have possessed his skin in that one episode where no one showed up to his little event but Mother, and a lot of the foolishness that poured out of her mouth and her beard, she would have been read for filth a long time ago. And to continue it on is crazy to me. And Mother, for someone who obviously has no respect or any like towards a lot of these people in this group, and all you've done is create divisiveness, why even show up to some of the scenes when it's going to give what it's going to give? Like I said in one of my other reviews, you claim support, but you're really just there for camera time because you're not going to be around a bitch you don't really like that.
Hold on. Don't play, Bando. Get blocked.
Come on, Monica.
Don't be trying to come for Monica up in here.
No Monica slander.
Y'all looking at it as Monica slander. That's Mariah Carey slander. No offense to y'all, girl, honey. No offense to her. Never meant to cause you no pain. Let me tell you something, honey. I just want y'all to go back to knowing the same thing, honey. Mariah Carey, don't ever put her in
He always trying to come for Monica because he's a Brandy fan, child. He loves trying to come for Monica all the time.
Brandy too, but she got to get it together as well.
No tea, no shade.
Child. It's like Ray J down there throwing up frogs out of his throat at the Millennium Tour, child.
Oh, God. I don't even know why he was there. Oh, let me see. Where we at? Then when they played the games and they was talking about what they love about themselves and stuff like that, and I think they started saying who they disliked the most, Jet gave it to Mother, and then Mother gave it to Zesty. But the thing is, Zesty was mad because Mother gave it to him, and in turn, you say you don't care for Mother either. So my thing is, so why you mad?
Zesty want to make a moment, and
yes.
Like I said, we ain't seen no work from her. All we see is her starting shit with a red lip on and shaking her ass. That's all we've seen. At the end of the day, every time we having a thing with people trying to mend and make something nice, Zesty come in there and knock all that shit off the table. And I'm trying to figure out why the hell is this girl so messy? Like, what is the problem, girl? Just do what you got to do and move on, bitch. Do a work scene. I want to see a work scene from Miss Zesty. That's it. I don't want to see her shaking that ass no more. I don't want to see no more red lips on her. I don't want to see her doing nothing else besides showing us them CDLs, them trucks, and everything else she got going on. That's what I want to see. stop starting shit. We don't need no bitches, and they name do not need to be mentioned, but we don't need no bitches being on these reality shows starting shit and they don't do nothing. Okay, we had enough of that already.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a different take on that. My thing is this. I think, at least from my standpoint, right, watching the season and watching Mother in her progression in the show and her dealings with everybody, I think they're seeing what we're seeing in real time, which is the creative, divisive way that Mother is acting when it comes to these cast members. Mm-hmm. So I think when we see like Zesty going off and Glenn, I ain't really got nothing bad to say about Glenn because Glenn ain't really doing much for me here. But it just seems like that's what we'll remember Glenn for, is his beef with Zesty and vice versa. Right. So my thing is, what are y'all going to do to get away from that as well? Because, you know what I mean? It can't just be all on Zesty to step away from it. They also be triggered and be going back and forth and doing the hoopla. So, you know, and I'm also going to be on the side of Zesty too, because I'm always going to call out fakery, fuckery, and fraudulence. These girls sit around here and throw rocks and hide the hand all day long. Miss Mother Girl.
But what are we calling out? These hoes don't know each other. Like, they don't know each other. How are y'all this upset with each other and y'all do not know each other? Y'all just met. Y'all go around talking about who's loyal to who. They talk about Jet just faking phone. Girl, y'all just met this girl but when y'all signed the contract to be on the show. How do y'all know she faking phony? Like, where are we coming at? Y'all got this He-Man woman hating
woman hating.
Confused. Like, y'all don't know this man. Like, if y'all doing this for the sake of a storyline, find another one because this one has run stale. Like, y'all don't know this man. If y'all should spend more time focused. I thought chasing would mean y'all chasing a dream, y'all chasing the city, y'all chasing to do something, and then we're filming the interactions you're having with the other cast members. Y'all are trying to be like, well, I'm gonna take you out your spot, and yeah, you may be the person that's of interest, or you might be the anchor right now, but we about to knock you out your spot. And I'm like, is that what you got on the show to do?
Girl,
no, y'all talking about knocking Jet out his spot, and Jet has been consistently, even before this cast, he's been consistently the only one showing work, only one chasing Dallas, the only one. Everybody else just sitting there doing hair in their kitchen, bitch. Chefing and no chefing, modeling with no fashions. Like, what's happening here? What's going on here? Y'all mad at the only person that's doing something? I'm confused.
Very true.
The ghetto.
It's very ghetto. I know what's happening here.
Well, we see, I think Zesty and Tedley had a little moment. Chloe and Rachel had a moment, which makes me feel like Chloe beat her ass, but whatever.
I'm dead.
I feel like Chloe may have won a little bit.
I mean, I still feel like Chloe beat her ass.
I love Chloe, but a bitch be wearing them damn bad wigs all the time, you know, I don't give a fuck about nothing. A bad wig bitch will beat your ass. I know that.
So Zesty brought up the racial conversation once more, and then Jayla was over the conversation by this point. Jayla was over the conversation.
Can I speak to that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, as I'm watching that particular interaction between Zesty and Jayla, he was absolutely correct on his response. This whole season, all we've heard, all we've seen, and the nasty, disgusting behavior towards this group of people, not just on the show, but in this country as well, politically speaking, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If it were us, we wouldn't be shutting up. If it were us, there would be no there. There would be no roof, there'd be no floor, there'd be no walls.
That's true.
Bitches' heads would roll. Hello, God. BTA, belt to ass. And then use as a choker to drag you to that desolate place Tedley took Robert to last season for the U-Haul. I'm just telling the truth, girl. So Jayla, you getting your wet seal built ass here.
My God.
Foolishness. Do not tell someone, hello, God, how they should feel about what's happening, because if the tables were turned and it was one of us, the way in which we will be going to war.
That is true. That is true. I can't even be mad with that, because you can't really, if we fight for our race all the time, what make anybody think that they wouldn't fight for theirs?
Mm-hmm.
No, so, absolutely.
So I feel like at the end of the day, if we want respect, then we also should give the same. You feel what I'm saying? Like, race should never be a topic of discussion anyway to diss anybody, in my opinion, anyway.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It should never be that. So, you know.
I feel like it's the same situation when we were talking about like him wanting to be called mother, and I feel like trans and their pronouns and what they like. It's the same situation. Like, one thing as Black people, because we've been oppressed for so long, you got to understand the struggle of another race. Just because it's not our struggle or our story, they still got one too. They still a minority like we are, so they still go through the same things. I mean, maybe not the same things, but we all have our own, you know, oppressions that we deal with.
Yeah.
So respect. Everybody need to respect one another. You ain't gotta like me. You ain't got to love me, but bitch, you will respect me or I'll beat your ass.
Yeah, it's just like somebody. I think, yeah, it's all about a matter of respect. That's really what it boils down to. Because I remember someone made a comment on Twitter and it was saying that they don't like gay men that don't like to be called girl. Some people have limits to that. Like, if I know you, I don't give a fuck about you calling me girl. But if I don't know you, you ain't got the right to call me that. Bitch, I don't know you.
I mean, to me, the people understand. See, this is why I want to break down the girl word, because a lot of people over the years have been stealing LGBTQ lingo, not knowing where it originates from, with the childs and the yes and the T and all that stuff that y'all think that y'all homegirl made up that she did not. Let's clear that up right now. All that shit is gay lingo. So when y'all start stealing the shit, y'all gotta know where it came from. Calling everybody girl, that's just gay lingo. I call my dog girl.
You do.
Dishwasher break, she's a girl. Like, everything's a girl, and it's not misgendering. It's just gay lingo. If you think it that far into it that you feel like you misgendered, this is a very sensitive generation, a very sensitive place that we're in right now. I've been calling everything from a fan to a dog to a woman to a man girl for the past decade or so. Get over it,
girl. Let me say
you will be okay.
Let me say, girl. I'm gonna give
it's a term, just like yes and the rest of the same shit.
Let me give y'all the definition. I always explain it this way. To me, a girl is an exclamation. It's an exaggeration of, like, if I drop something, girl, you know, like, if something, you know, like, if I really do that, like, oh, girl. You know, something, if I hear something, like I'm watching reality TV, I'm like, girl, please, no, she it's really an exaggeration of an exclamation, girl. It really doesn't think I'm calling you an actual girl.
And if you're in a community, you will understand that if you really do your research. When I first came in, like I said, I didn't come in as a gay man. I came in like, you know, one of them DL men that didn't know a lot about gay history. So when I first came in, I met a lot of my friends and be like, girl, this, a girl, I'm looking like. And I was for the life of me trying to figure out where the girl was at. So I'm looking like, where is the girl? What's happening here? I am a boy, Craig. Like, I was so fucking confused. So the way I'm breaking it down for you all is the way it was broken down for me. And I didn't get it because everybody said, girl, but like, I'm a boy. Like, why do y'all keep saying girl? I was so confused by it. But once you actually get invested into the culture, you get around gay people, you start not just trying to, you know, steal and just be like, oh, that's cute, I'm gonna use that. Start trying to understand why they say the things they say, that you can understand. I had to understand and get like a little history lesson on where girl originated from and the rest of it. Like, what's the T? I didn't know what the fuck that shit meant. So it's like, it's a lot of shit that when I got into the LGBTQ community, I learned a lot of new terms that I had never heard of before. And girl is just one of them. It's just like, okay, now I get it. So now I even use it myself, girl.
That's what makes us unique and entertaining in the life of this life. This life is so boring, girl, especially when you look at the past, child. These old pasty fucks. Like, everything is just so boring. Without the LGBTQ community, girl, especially the trans girls, the ballroom scene, girl, the gay boys, like, let's just tell the truth, girl. Like, everything, like, what's the T? All of those have literal definitional meanings. But what we do is we take these words and we make them fun to use. Like, when we're talking about, yes, honey, it's an exaggeration of the word yes, but it's so much more than that. It's an expression of, you're doing it, honey.
Thank you, YB. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is.
It's really celebratory. None of our words, like even cunt, the white girls thought it was something bad back in the day. Girl, you're serving cunt. Like, it's a good thing, but also the energy in which you're serving it, okay? y'all gotta stop being so sensitive.
I feel like
earlier, girl, if I see one more TikTok video of you so-called alleged straight males talking about, oh, I love the when the females made this stuff up, or when the girls be sitting on here trying to use our shit. No offense to y'all out here in the world, honey, but I don't have time for stuff like that because I'm always trying to educate y'all people. You're gonna have some respect for us.
I still feel like I became more gay when I started hanging around Carl. Thanks. Anyway, so moving on, because I wasn't using the word girl that like that. I wasn't using that girl word a lot until I started hanging with you.
Girl,
you and Tramel, by the way. But
please.
But anyway, the last part of it was Zesty and Rio versus Glenn. So unnecessary.
I agreed. I was over it.
I don't even remember.
I guess it started with them calling him boring. I think they said they didn't like him because he was boring.
Well, girl, it's the truth. You boring, girl. Girl, it's like I'd rather watch paint dry some of these episodes, girl. Like you literally, the past couple of episodes, there was one scene where you and Mother sat around yapping it up, girl, in a fabric store, just touching and grazing with fabric. You never got to see what was that for. We're not seeing much of anything. I'm here for Glenn. I like Glenn, but I don't think this is the right platform for Glenn. And there will never, and I know some people were saying, oh, well, maybe it's the cast. It's not even, it's the platform. Glenn, your energy is not ready for web reality on this particular scale. And what you have going on, if that is the truth, I feel like you're on a different level and a different lane than where a lot of the girls are with chasing.
Mm.
You need to be linking up with Reese and doing your after school program specials, girl, and your philanthropy, girl. Don't start tearing. But anyway,
I didn't say that one word. I didn't say a thing.
You said after school special.
Whatever they be doing, girl, the community-based stuff, girl, 411 or whatever they call it, girl, like, Salvation Army, girl, and yeah.
Well, that was pretty much the gist of it, because Jayla stormed out after all that drama came along and all this other stuff. And one could say that you on this platform, it's gonna be some drama, but maybe sometimes it becomes too much and you just ain't got time.
Again, another person who should not be on this platform, and I think that it should. There's a lot of people we talk about. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna point them out. Zesty, you're good for the cute minutes, but it doesn't make enough sense for me. We're not showing anything. We're sitting over here giving Lamont all this screen time too. You have done nothing for the show. We're sitting right here talking about Leon, whatever, Glenn, my bad, girl.
You caught it for Leon.
Sorry, girl. Jayla, sorry, girl. There's a lot of sorry girls on here who don't need to be on here.
But I also feel like when Chasing does they casting, they do casting for a look. They don't really cast based on who's actually chasing. Because this ain't the first
look are they going for?
People on here that definitely chasing. It's other seasons, other cities that had people on this season that ain't did a goddamn thing.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Whoa.
What look are they going for? Because I'm going to be honest too.
Now this is different. Now usually they go. Chasing has a brand where they go for a certain look, but you got people like Q, you got people like Markel. Markel going for a Now That's TV Zeus type of thing that he got going on right now. So this is completely off brand for them. So I don't know what happened with this season.
This is the most. This cast is not cohesive at all.
I don't know. This season completely threw me off. I didn't know what.
Girl, we're up in Beverly Hills vibes in one scene. Next thing you know, we're chilling in the slums or on the hood.
That's what girl, like they from the ghetto to the suburbs. I don't know what's going on, but it's a lot happening in this season.
Maybe
I'm here for it though.
It may be because maybe this cast seems like a younger type of vibe or something. I don't know. Like what I mean by younger is that I kind of see why people keep calling it baddies because of the baddies personalities that's on there. So I'm kind of understanding why they're saying it, but
I think a lot of these girls are trying to deter from the fact that they don't have a lot going on. So why not create drama? We've seen this time and time again in web reality, and it's kind of I'm kind of over it, to be honest, because your qualification to get on the show should be, at the very least, you having a written document Hello God, of an LLC or some type of business that you're
I agree.
chasing that aligns with what the show's trying to do for that season. A lot of these girls, I can tell, y'all just got on solely based on personality and who you're connected with. I understand that. I respect that, especially if the pickings are slim. But girl, we got to do better. I need to see more. Something tells me we're not getting that lip gloss line this season from Rachel. Something, Kelly, you're this celebrity hairstylist, but I don't. Where's the picture? Where's the video? At least Lauren England girl was flapping through that girl's hair. Tracy, what's her name, girl? The Braxton's girl in that one show she was a part of. Her, she was flowing through that girl's hair. We didn't get to see. At least she was there flipping hair, combing it at the very least. Kelly, we don't see you with nobody. You sipping liquor off your husband's belly button, which I'm sure you do every night anyway. I need more. I do live for the season, but it's just missing those elements that make chasing so wonderful.
Well, what do y'all rate the episode before we get up out of here?
I'm gonna give it a 10 being the best.
Yeah, 10 being the best.
I'm gonna give it a 6. Because there was a lot of yapping for me. Actually, I'm gonna give it a 5 because y'all talked way too much for me. And instead of producing work, you produce conversation.
I'm gonna give it. I think it gave a 7 for me.
I agree, Scott. It gave a 7 for me too.
T.
I give it a 6.
Okay, all right then.
Nah.
Well, before we
go, hold on. I do need to point this out real quick about the episode because again, the girls say I hate Roberta Dutchmaster. So let's give her some props, girl, for her even keel mind frame when dealing with Donnie's father. That was a wonderful little banter. I loved how y'all were able to come together, Hello God, and leave with mutual respect for one another. Because it definitely could have been elevated more, depending on who would have been, the sponsor for that moment. But shout out to Roberta Dutchmaster, girl, your peacekeeping skills. I'm here for it, girl.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Roberta Dutchmaster.
Before we get out of here, we all go around the room. So T, what you got coming up? Because I see you coming up with these new segments on your channel.
What I got coming up? The Never Ever Mets tomorrow. The final shit for Love and Marriage Detroit. Whatever.
I'm gonna pray for you.
It was the final one. Roa, Love After Lockup, Bravo's Love Hotel.
I'm gonna pray for you.
Listen, two of the men came in my comments, and Jason's sister. She trying to convince me and herself her brother ain't trade. Okay, sis. But other than that, that's it.
Okay, YB.
I'm actually in the process of putting something together with 3 of the cast members of this current season of Chasing Dallas. So whenever I'm ready to announce that and I have all the pieces put together, be on the lookout for that, girl. It's definitely going to be serving truth and justice, honey. Hello, God. If you know what I'm about, then you'll be interested in that. Honestly, I have the rest of the week off from work. I don't go back till Tuesday, so I'm just gonna be a hoe.
Yeah, we.
Gonna be, I'm gonna turn into Carl and become a cock goblin, girl.
Absolutely. Speaking of Carl.
Now, Carl, I don't say this much about any of my peers, but the way you look tonight, honey, is reminding me of Trade and.
Oh, I used to get it back in the day.
I know. I just gotta give you your props, honey, because when you get off I was like, I gotta stop.
YB, please.
My music video that's gonna be coming out soon. Can I Be? I am taking my hat off at producing, so I am producing a show that's in production right now. We are moving along. It's some teas going on. Y'all will see it. I can't wait till y'all to see this. It's a ghetto mess.
Honey, let me tell you something. What was that show you were a part of?
Web Life.
Honey, let me tell you. That's all I needed to see to know that it's gonna be.
Listen, and mind you, it's gonna give something similar to that, but it ain't gonna be me. It's the rest of these bitches. I just got some shit that just came slid across my desk on my way here. I'm like, bitch, this about to be a hell of a fucking season.
Oh God,
no fucking reason. But yeah, y'all will see y'all will see those things we will be promoting, that commercials and trailers over here, as well as chasing. Y'all gonna get ready, child. This gonna be a little something different. You know, chasing real polished. This not so much. The quality is gonna be great, but it ain't gonna be that, you know, that polished poised shit y'all used to. We finna get in there. And that's about it for me. My album is out, Throw Factory, right now. Y'all go stream that, buy that, whatever y'all got. Please help me. I'm poor. Because YB just said, bitch, if you ain't got a year's salary in your account, bitch, you're poor. So I'm poor. Help me. And that's it for me.
Well, all I got is really I'm reviewing Housewives of Atlanta. We have the Housewives of Atlanta panel every Monday. I'm also doing Basketball Wives, and me and T, Jamie, and JoJo, we do a Basketball Wives panel every other week. Then we do this panel on Thursdays. But in the meantime, between time, that's pretty much all I got besides all the gossip stuff that's going on. I was forced.
Yeah, I was gonna be messy because did anybody catch that live about, you know, with Q and Oliver and all that shit?
Girl, this is all I got to say, honey. These girls earned those seats in the fan club. It's a bitter bitch link up. Girl, I've watched a little bit here and there, but it's at this point.
I saw the clips. I don't follow either one of those individuals, but I did see the clips on other platforms, the people that I do support. With that being said, you bitches got to realize when being fired from a job and now you and your feelings 5 minutes later is not becoming, sweetheart. You got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that. For a place that y'all claim that y'all don't care about no more, they didn't quote unquote do anything for you, y'all show keep it on y'all tongue all the time. Like, for example, this is no shade. Web Life didn't do a damn thing for me. I barely mentioned her. I've not mentioned her in 4 or 5 years until right now. Why? It is no shade.
Iconic in her own.
I did more for the show than the show did for me. And I knew that upon entering it. But for the people that sitting there having these live discussions, honestly, truly, the show did more for you than you did for the show. And that's just no shade. And I'm pretty sure all 200-300 people in here can attest to that. They only know you who y'all are for being there. Web Life, hell, I brought people that was already following me to Web Life. I've done this without a show. Can you bitches say the same?
Girl,
so what y'all hoes need to do is be mindful, be respectful, and stop fucking with Andario when he gave you bitches a lifeline, okay? Okay.
I let it go when Q was out here trying to sell us Googled affirmations that he copied and pasted into a book, child.
Listen.
I was over it then. And then you got Miss Oliver. I've been telling y'all about Oliver for years, girl. She's one of those girls who wasn't looked at or even looked at by trade or even the ugliest piece of trade down the morning. Girl.
I actually
She's
met
just
Oliver
one of those girls who's going to be seen.
I met Oliver before she got on Chasing. And when I tell you she was like inching for somebody to like know who she was and no one did, like it's the thing. If you don't got the juice, you just don't have the juice. And that's no shame. That's a shame. Holding all them purses all them years and you editing all the videos didn't do much for you. She can rap. I think she's a talented girl, but if you ain't got the personality, you just don't. And I feel like the only thing that she has shine, Chasing brought that to the spotlight. And without Chasing, I'm pretty sure people in the comments can attest to this. Y'all wouldn't know who Oliver was without the goddamn show. And that's just it.
I just want to say this one little piece too, and it goes to what the fuck is that?
Oh, I don't know.
That's the balloons. You know when you do the balloons.
Oh, I didn't know. Girl, I'm about to freak the hell out. Thank God I didn't take those photos earlier, girl.
Yeah, I turned mine off.
I would have been lost in land. I do want to leave the people with this though, and this goes to character. When you on Mad Day, when you sit up around here and you talk about a person and their intention and their ways, those alleged receipts and the kiki and the con about it all, whether that person did those things or not, just the mere fact that you were okay with it up until Mad Day lets me know that you're that bitch too.
That's it.
Well.
And then I like to also bring up another comment because Q talking about some, well, the views ain't been viewing lately. Have you checked the platform that you're working from? Because when you made that comment, I went to go check. And I'm not even gonna say nothing on here. Everybody's in the comments. Y'all, he be talking about the views ain't viewing. Go to that platform and look at their views. Okay.
And obviously, she needs to work on her character building too, because allegedly no one likes her, and she's unprofessional.
I'm just saying.
And that's not even tea we needed to hear from Andario. That's tea that we already kind of knew. They've been saying he was a cunt.
Well, Q has always been nice to me.
Me too.
Well, he loved, of course. You know,
I ain't gonna look. This isn't even about them being nice, but like I call people like bullshit. When you get on these platforms and start spewing bullshit out your goddamn lips, then that's what needs to be addressed. You be nice to me all day, and like I said, I love y'all too, bitches. But I might tell y'all too if y'all decide to start spewing some bullshit. I'll be like, now, girl, you ain't say that last week. We ain't gonna play that game.
And it's repetitive in nature, and you keep talking. That means you're the more pressed one. And don't you find it funny that once receipts were provided, Hello God, oh girl, I've had my closure. Oh girl, we're all good over here. I thought
I was the only one that caught that.
Oh, so
now you got your closure. No, you wanted a reaction out of her. And I'm mad at Dario who gave her one. I wouldn't have responded to shit from either one of them because I ain't seen them with them since they ain't been on the show.
What it really was is, girl, she has receipts from all the way back from her being birthed out of her mama coochie. So if she got those receipts, what else does she have? Let me be quiet now before I poke the bear further and they release more tea. That's what it was given.
That's it. I just wanted to touch on that real quick because this is the chasing panel, so I wanted to cover all things chasing.
Well, with that being said,
I'm about to go to the club and shake my ass.
Oh, I got something to ask you when we close this out.
Oh, okay.
But we are out of here, and we will see you guys.
Tell you, child.
Huh?
It's been a day. I gotta tell you. Wait till we get off. I got you.
But we are out of here, and we will see you guys next Thursday. And YB is always welcome to come.
Yes, but you definitely gotta come back.
Lord, he had me.
That's this energy we need. Okay.
Yes. All right, so we're out of here, and we will see you guys next Thursday.
Love y'all.